Hello everyone and welcome back to another sit down video here on my channel. I'm absolutely loving doing these sit down videos. I'm finding them so much fun and quite like therapeutic. I feel like it's really fun at the end of each year to not only look forward at what's to come this year, look at fashion and trends and what's going to be happening throughout the year, but also look back on the year just gone, maybe analyze a few things, go through a few things. So today's video, it's gonna be a really fun one. This is gonna be my best and worst purchases of 2021, and I'm sitting here with all the items surrounding me, and it kind of just makes me realize how much shopping I did in 2021, and that definitely is a bit of a resolution for me this year. It's just to be quite mindful and selective with what I add into my wardrobe throughout 2022. I must say I'm quite proud of how small the worst pile is. You guys know that I am already fairly selective with what I add into my wardrobe. I do take a lot of consideration into things, especially if they're higher price point items, especially if they're items that I'm going to be investing a lot of money in. I want to make sure that I get my return on investment and the cost per wear. You guys know I always talk about cost per wear, and I just want to kind of like preface this video by saying some of these worst items aren't necessarily bad items. I don't like think they're bad quality. I don't think that they're bad purchases, but maybe they're items I haven't quite got the cost per wear out of, and I'm going to have to consider whether I am going to eventually get that cost per wear, or if I'm going to have to consider maybe alleviating them from my wardrobe and making space for something new that is going to get a lot more use. I always find this a really useful thing to do at the end of the year, just to kind of like analyze your wardrobe, analyze what you've bought, what you've been spending your money on, and making sure that what you've spent your money on is really worth it, is working hard in your wardrobe, you're getting the cost per wear out of, and is really adding something to your daily style. So I thought before the vlog start, before we start kind of like normal daily life in 2020, we can look back at 2021 and have a bit of an analysis of some of the items that I bought. So vlogs will be starting from next week, guys, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. There's lots of fun stuff coming, but without further ado, let's jump straight into this video and chat about some of my best and my worst purchases of 2021. Now, I'm not going to go through any particular order. I'm literally just going to pick up a best and worst, a worst, a best, and it's not going to be in any kind of chronological order, because I'm not going to lie, I did start trying to analyze when in the year that I bought each item, and I just frazzled my brain. So that's not going to be happening. I'm just going to be picking things up as we go. So one of the first items I wanted to talk about is my Mulberry Bag water. Now, I got this, I think it was about springtime, maybe about April, May time of this year, and oh my gosh, I've gotten so much use out of it. One thing that I do find quite funny actually is when I was kind of like planning for this video and picking up some of the items that I wanted to include in it, I did go through my Instagram, and this is actually one of those bags where I feel like I've used way more in real life than I actually have on the feed, and I think I want to start making more of an effort to include it more on my Instagram, because it's such a gorgeous bag and I have used this so much. It's a really stunning everyday kind of day handbag. So this is the mini Bayswater. I got this through a collaboration with a Farfetch, and I have not stopped wearing this. I love shopping on Farfetch for Mulberry as well, because they have loads of options for Mulberry. So what I will do, everything in this video will be linked down below in the description, of course. I will also link a few other like options, a few other places you can buy these items. Basically, if you like the look of anything in this video, check out the description box, because there'll be lots of links for you guys to go through. But Farfetch is such a great place to look for Mulberry handbags. I have so many saved on my wish list right now. I feel like Mulberry is a really great designer brand, because in terms of price point, like obviously affordability is very relative, and I know that obviously a £1,000 handbag is not the most affordable thing in the world, but compared to some other designer handbags, I feel like it's much more fair price pointed, I will say, because they are really high quality, and I feel like compared to some of the brands that have had markups after markups after markups, Mulberry has stayed quite consistent with their price points, and I find them a much more kind of like attainable price point when it comes to designer bags. So I personally would much rather add 2 to 3 Mulberry handbags of different colours, different styles that I can mix and match, rather than one much higher price pointed brand that I'm maybe not even getting more quality for my money. Does that make sense? I mean, never say never. Obviously there are some bags that I do have on my wish list at the moment, but I just feel like in terms of the item that you get for the money, the quality that you get for the money, and just how gorgeous and timeless these handbags are, these are such great investments. So if you are maybe thinking about investing in your first designer handbag, you're maybe not sure what brand to go for, I feel like Mulberry is such a great one, and I'm so glad to have the Bayswater in my collection because it is such a beauty. Okay, now I'm going to move on to a worst purchase, and this might shock a few of you, and I'm going to show you it, and then I'm going to, oh, you can see it in the corner. I'm going to explain why this is in my worst collection. Now, this is my LOEWE puzzle bag, which I actually treated myself to when I hit 100,000 followers on Instagram as like a little congratulations to myself, a little treat to myself. But I have not worn this. Okay, I've worn it maybe like 2-3 times. As you can see, it hasn't even started. Like, I really like it when the puzzles get a bit more like bashed about. Like, this still looks very new, very perfect, very very structured, and the kind of point of the puzzles is that they're not so structured. But I think the main reason why I haven't gotten the wear out of this is because I did buy it quite late into the year. I think it was a September time when I hit 100,000 followers, so obviously that is going into autumn, and this is very much a summer bag. And one thing that I really did do in 2021, which I want to continue doing in 2022, is embracing more colour into my wardrobe in spring, summer. I'm definitely not a colour person in autumn, winter. I love my neutrals, I love my blacks, my beiges, my whites, my browns, but in summer I really did have a lot of fun embracing a bit more colour, and I feel like pink is a really me colour. I mean, you just can't go wrong with pink, and I wanted to add something that was a little bit more fun into my wardrobe in terms of my bags. And I do love the LOEWE puzzle, I absolutely adore it, but I just haven't gotten the wear out of it. So at the moment it's in the worst list, but I have a feeling that will change, and it will be a bag that I reach for a lot more this summer. So I'm really excited to style it up a little bit more when the weather starts to turn, when we want to incorporate a little bit more colour into our wardrobe and just have a bit more fun with it, because I feel like this is much more of like a fun handbag. So watch this space. It's currently in the worst, but things I'm hoping will change. Okay, now our best handbag that is going to be no surprise to anyone is my Coach tabby. I feel like I should start up my own Coach little pop-up shop, because the amount of you that have bought Coach tabbies through me, I can't even tell you how happy it makes me when you guys are like inspired or influenced by me in terms of your purchases. And also how happy it makes me when you message me and be like, oh my god, I'm so glad I bought it. Like, you send me photos, you show me how you're styling it. Honestly, just makes my heart soar. And so many of you guys have done this with the Coach tabbies. Not even just in this colour, but also in like the blacks, the browns. I honestly, if I had the money, would add every single colour of the Coach tabby into my wardrobe, because I feel like they are such a timeless bag. You guys know I've had my Chloe C bag for quite a long time. And if I didn't have that in my collection, I would have added the black one into my wardrobe, because I do feel like they're very similar bags, but obviously a big difference in price point. And in terms of designer bags, this is so super affordable. Like, I think it's $400 full price, I believe. There's a few different places you can buy these bags, like My Bag, Farfetch, Net-a-Porter. I'm not sure if my discount code for My Bag is still available, but if it is, give it a try. Ellie15 at checkout on My Bag. You can get 15% off this bag, which is such a good saving. But I've just adored the Coach tabby so much. Now, this is actually the first light coloured bag that I've added into my wardrobe. I've always been a very like dark bag kind of a girl, mainly in terms of like scratching, staining, ruining. I've never wanted to like ruin my designer bags, and I'm not someone that's overly careful with them. Like, I will use my bag. If I'm spending that much money on a bag, I am going to use it every single day. I'm going to chuck it in suitcases and other handbags, and I'm going to wear it, and it's going to go on the floor, and it's going to go on the table, and I'm not overly careful with designer bags. So I've never really wanted to invest in like a really light coloured one through fear of ruining it. But I felt with the Coach, I was like, it's not too expensive. Like, I feel like I can still get a lot of wear out of it, and I won't be as devastated if I do mark this one as I would be if it was like a £2,000 bag. So I got this in the light colour, and oh my god, I'm literally a convert now. Like, I want to add so many more bags of this colour into my wardrobe. I've actually worn it so much. Someone messaged me recently, it was during the Black Friday sale, saying, I've just bought the Coach tabby and I'm a little bit worried. I bought it in the same colour you have you gotten the wear out of it? And I literally said to her, go through my feed, and I circled how many times I have worn the bag and with how many outfits. Like, it goes with light coloured outfits, it goes with dark coloured outfits. It's a very neutral colour, so it is still quite easy to wear. But what I really like about it is that you can either pair it with lots of like light neutrals, creams, and go for like a really creamy outfit, or you can kind of juxtapose it and pair it with like a really dark outfit and make it pop in the outfit. There are so many different ways that you can wear these bags, and they are so timeless and so classic. I really do feel like Coach has had a revival this year. Like, I feel like back in 2020 it wasn't really a brand that was on my radar, and now there are so many bags in their collection that I am just obsessed with. So I would definitely recommend checking out the Coach tabbies, whether you're wanting to get a light color like me, a more neutral color, the browns, the blacks. They are so gorgeous. I think for a really classic handbag that's going to go with everything, the black tabby is just stunning. So I'll link these down below because I'm so happy to have added this into my collection this year. This is a truly best purchase of 2021. Now I want to talk about another best purchase, but in all honesty I'm not sure if this is going to be one of those where in a year's time I'm not going to be wearing them, but they are my Ugg boots. I am so in love with them. Now I picked these up in, I think it was about September, October time, and I'm so glad that they've come into fashion. I'm really going to be careful not to touch the soles of these because I have worn these so much already, and I'm so glad that they are now a trend item. But that's also why I'm a little bit apprehensive to put them in this video, because they definitely have been a best purchase in terms of cost per wear, in terms of how much I've loved them, in terms of the fact that they are a huge trend item, but they can easily just go out of trend as quickly as they came in. Like, I feel like they really have had a huge revival at the end of this year, and I'm not mad about it. I really am not. I'm really glad that I picked them up in the chocolate as well, because I feel like they're a little bit more wearable than the lighter coloured ones. I'm definitely not against the lighter coloured ones. I remember when I was a kid, I think it was for my 13th birthday, I got Ugg boots for my birthday, and they were like real Uggs, and it was such a big deal. And I had the really light coloured caramelly ones, and I absolutely adored them. I would love to add them into my wardrobe as well. I'm kind of sad I got rid of them because I loved those boots, but they were destroyed. Absolutely destroyed with how much I wore them. That is one thing I will say about Uggs. They do wear. So I would definitely recommend getting like a suede protector spray and just making sure you're not wearing them out when it's like raining, when it's bad weather. They are such a comfy shoe, and they're so perfect for winter time, but you do have to take care of them. I just think they look so gorgeous, and I know that they are definitely a Marmite item. Like, some people are going to hate them, but they definitely were a really great purchase for me, and I'm so glad to have added them into my wardrobe. Now, sticking with the shoe theme, I wanted to talk about a worst purchase in terms of boots, and that is a pair of boots that you're probably really familiar with because they're always on the back of my shelves. I did actually have to rearrange my shelves for this video because a lot of the items that I usually keep here on display I wanted to feature. So you're probably very familiar with these shoes. They are in the back of my videos a lot, but actually I think worn them twice, and they have been a bit of a worse purchase for me. And I'm really sad because I've always wanted a pair of these gorgeous kind of like pointed toe heels, like the kind that you just wear with like the little kitten heel that just looks so timeless and classic. They could be from Chanel, and you just wear them and just look like really pulled together. But the main thing that I found with these is they just aren't the most flattering boot in terms of the ankle. They're actually really wide at the ankle, and I don't feel like they come up high enough. So every time I've worn these, I felt like they've kind of cut my legs in half, which has been such a shame because I absolutely love how this part of the shoe looks, but this part has just not been flattering on me. And I do find that as a shorter girl, I have to be quite careful with what shoes I wear, with what boots I wear. I want them to be elongating on my legs, I want them to be flattering, and these just haven't been very flattering. So I'm really upset about the fact that they have been a worse purchase, because I do absolutely adore them, and I don't think I'm going to get rid of them because I just love how they look on my shelves. And I know that that is so ridiculous to keep a pair of boots because they look pretty, but I'm hoping that maybe I can still find ways to wear them. I think basically when I wear these, I'm just going to have to wear them with like long trousers that cover the top of this. So whether that's like my wide leg trousers, whether that's jeans, I'm going to have to style it up with items that don't show the ankle, because that's the most unflattering part. This part of the boot is gorgeous, really elongating on your foot. I love the pointed toe, so classic, very Chanel inspired, but unfortunately I just haven't gotten the wear out for them. Okay, my next best purchase is full of stuff, and if that doesn't say that it's a great purchase, then I don't know what does, and that is the Marc Jacobs tote bag. I feel like these were just huge last year. Like, everybody wanted to get their hands on them, and they are such a great bag. I absolutely adore them, and I just think they are such a great bag. Like, I absolutely adore them, and I've actually had my eye on like a big tote bag for a really long time. I obviously adored the Dior ones, but I wasn't willing to spend that much money. I fell in love with a couple of Saint Laurent ones, Chloe ones, but I just never found the one that like was perfect, which had all the design features I wanted, the size that I wanted, until this one came out, and I fell so madly in love with it. It's the biggest size that they do in this, and I knew that I wanted this to be my big shoot work bag. This is the bag that I take into London every single week with me, and it is such an amazing bag. Like, it is literally full to the brim of stuff right now. I definitely need to clear this out before my next shoot day. It's got coffee mugs in it, it's got water bottles in it, it's got purses, it's got makeup bags. I definitely need to clear through this, but it's such a great bag. It's like the perfect size to be a work bag. And what I really like about it as well is that even though it is fairly like branded, it's not in your face. And I do find, especially going into London, sometimes I do find a bit self-conscious whenever I'm wearing like big designers, or if I'm wearing something that's like really obviously an expensive handbag. I do just worry. Obviously you guys know that I've had my phone stolen before, and I know that especially in London there are a lot of people that are kind of like on the prey. So I really like this because I feel like it's not like ostentatious, it's not like braggy, it's not really heavily branded, but it still looks really, really nice and elegant. And I quite like the fact that they do these in different sizes. So if you're not wanting one that's like a huge big work bag, you can go for there's a medium and a small, and I definitely want to get my hands on the small one because I think it's a really great just like chuck it over your shoulders, head out the door bag when you just want to like chuck things in your handbag and not have to worry. Maybe you're going out on like a dog walk, or you're going out to like the beach or something like that. I think that's a really, really nice one. So I'll link a few of these down below. Again, there's lots of different places you can buy these, like Farfetch, My Bag, and you can buy all the different sizes. So I'll link those down below, but I definitely think this is the best purchase in terms of like my work life and in terms of the bag that I use for all of the things that I just need chucking in. I absolutely adore this bag. Now 99% of these items are obviously high-end luxury designer items, but I wanted to show you one item that is actually a high street item that I definitely think has been my best purchase of this year, and that is my H&M skirt. Oh my gosh, now I actually got this really towards the end of the year, like I got it in December, and I've already gotten loads of wear out of it, which you might not think for like a skirt that you'd get a lot of wear out of in winter, but I love wearing skirts in winter. Slip skirts, mini skirts, midi skirts, maxi skirts, I absolutely adore wearing them with like a big chunky knit like this and a coat thrown over the top and a pair of little boots. I just think it looks so elegant and timeless, and I just know that this is going to be a skirt that I get so much wear out of in spring summer. I'm really excited for when spring summer rolls around because I feel like I really come into my own then. Like the big feminine dresses, the floaty skirts, the very Ellie style is going to be coming back. So I just know this is going to be one of those skirts that, even though I haven't gotten like that much wear out of it, because I've obviously only owned it for a month, I just know I'm going to get so much wear out of it. And I don't know if it's still available on H&M, but I have actually seen that Amazon Fashion have a really, really similar skirt to this that they have in lots of different colours. They've got it in like a gorgeous creamy, they've got it in like a beigey, biscuity, kind of pinky tone colour, they've got like a brown, a black, so I'll link those down below if you did want to shop them, because I think it's a great one to add into your wardrobe now. You can style it up with jumpers for now, and then when it comes into spring, summer, it will really, really pop. And I just think this has been such a great wardrobe investment, and really does prove that you don't always have to spend huge amounts of money for something to be a good investment in your wardrobe. Okay, I'm going to move on to another worst item. Now, I don't know if you remember when I got this. I think it must have been March? I cannot remember for the life of me, but it's a bag that I just have not gotten the wear out of, and I'm so, so upset. And I think looking at it, it's probably pretty obvious why I haven't gotten the wear out of it. It's just very bright, very patterned, you've got the kind of like flowers on it, and it is gorgeous, but that's just not the most me. And I've kind of struggled with styling this up. I've tried quite a lot with different outfits, but I just haven't found one that hits the mark. And it is a very summery bag. I did actually bring this out the other day to try and style it up with like a coat, crossbody, because obviously if you've just got like a white coat, then you can really use the bag to pop your outfit. But because of the kind of like canvas material, it's a very summery bag, and I didn't feel like it worked for winter. And I do love it. It's such a gorgeous bag, and I'm really debating whether to sell it, whether to let it go from my collection, whether to keep it, because I do really, really like it, but I just haven't gotten the wear out of it, which is really, really sad. So let me know if there's someone that's watching this and has absolutely fallen in love with this bag. Send me a message, because we can maybe have a little bit of a chat. I will be very sad to say goodbye to this, but if it can go to a better home, then that's all the better, and I'll be so, so happy to know that it's going to a good home. So yeah, I think this is probably one of the ones that I'm like the saddest to put in my worst list, but unfortunately it is. Okay, so another best that I wanted to add into my wardrobe is a pair of shoes that I'm actually really proud of myself for finding. The difficult thing about doing this video in winter is that there have been a couple of things that I've really wanted to include that I haven't been able to find. Like my Chanel espadrilles, I would 100% put that in my best list that I bought this year. I bought them for myself as a little birthday treat and I've gotten so much wear out of them, but I literally was on the hunt for them for about an hour. I have a lot of summer boxes that are packed away at the moment, and if they're not on the top couple of boxes, they are not going to be found right now. So that's another one to add into the list, my Chanel espadrilles. But the other item that I did manage to find, which I have just loved this year, is my espadrilles. Now I have two pairs here. This is my white pair from Suzanne. I also got a pair of Castagna espadrilles, which are in a black, which again are put away in storage. This is basically like a big roundup of summer shoes. I'm only able to like show you one in person, but the three summer shoes that I really absolutely adored and I'm so glad I invested in this year are my Suzanne espadrilles, my Castagna espadrilles, and my Chanel espadrilles. I am just loving espadrilles at the moment, but I just love them for summer. They're so easy to style up. They're really comfortable as well. You guys know that I've been having lots of issues with my knee at the moment and I'm really struggling with heels. These are the only heels I was able to cope with in summer. I wore these to a couple of weddings and I lasted all day, which makes me really happy when I can actually last in my heels all day. I think they're just such a great investment in summer, and I have actually seen that Castagna have been doing a bit of a sale. I think it was on Net-a-Porter. Was it Farfetch? I'll see if I can find them and link them down below, because I know that it's not the season to buy them, but if you can purchase them now at a discounted price, you are going to be laughing because you're going to get so much cost per wear out of them. They're going to last you every single summer and you're going to thank me for telling you to get them. Now, a bit more of a wintry best purchase is something that I don't actually think I featured on my channel when I bought it. I forgot to show it to you guys, but it's my green super soft, super fluffy scarf. I am so in love with this. If you follow me on Instagram, you're probably really bored of seeing this already because I've worn it so much, but I'm just loving green this year. It's definitely a colour that I've really embraced this winter. I feel like pink was a colour that I embraced in summer. Green has been a colour that I've loving embracing in winter, and I've just loved this scarf. It's like super soft, super cozy. It's a little bit pricey, but I think it's still in the Farfetch sale. So if you are wanting to invest in a scarf that's going to keep you really nice and snugly warm, it's going to last you so long, it's going to be a real feature to your outfit, I would definitely recommend picking this up. I'll link it down below. And what I will also link to is Amazon Fashion's dupe of this. They have a really gorgeous like selection of scarves that are really similar to this, quite similar to the Acne ones as well. Maybe not as kind of like fluffy, but I know a couple of you that have already bought them from my recommendation and said that they are absolutely gorgeous. A great dupe, a great item, and a really affordable version. So if you're not wanting to spend huge amounts of money on a winter accessory, I do understand if you don't want to spend huge amounts of money on a scarf, because at the end of the day you can pick up a scarf for like £8 and it's still going to keep you cozy warm. I definitely recommend checking out the Amazon Fashion ones, so they'll be linked down below too. Now, a bit of a worst purchase that I'm really sad again to be putting in this list is my LRM bag, and you can tell that it hasn't gone in the wear because it still has the tag on. I think the main reason I just haven't worn this is because the shape of it, it's just not a very easy shape to kind of style. I kind of wish I picked up like a more square version. I love the colour. As I said, I really am enjoying the like lighter colours with my handbags. I got this after how much I loved my Coach. I was like, oh, I love my Coach. I'll definitely wear this a lot more. But I just haven't gotten the wear out of it. And unfortunately, I don't know if you can see, but it is engraved. It's got a little EM on there. I mean, it does have the other side as well, so you could just kind of like wear it without the EM on. But if anyone knows anyone with the initials EM that maybe would want to buy this bag, I think this is one that I'm probably going to be letting go because I just have not worn it. Literally still has the label on. Such a gorgeous bag though, so I am really sad to be putting it in my worst list. But if you don't get the wear out of it and you've had it in your wardrobe for about 6 months and it still has the label on, that's a real sign that it just needs to go. Okay, now another pair of shoes that I just could not talk about and have been the best, not even just pair of boots, but brand to have added into my wardrobe more of this year. I first discovered them last autumn, so autumn 2020, and it's the brand Ugg Boots, and I've spoken a little bit about them on my Instagram already, but basically they're a boot brand for girls with wide calves. And as you guys know, I have really wide calves. I think my calves are 30, I think these are 39 centimeter boot, which one thing that drives me nuts whenever I'm shopping for boots online is they never seem to tell you what the width is. So you never know if they're going to fit your calves. However, YSL Boots basically have gorgeous boots on their website, like real leather, really classy, timeless classic boots. And you can select what calf size to go for. So if you've got small calves, great, they go smaller sizes. If you've got big calves, obviously I've gone for a 39. You can get 41, 43, 45. Can't remember what they go up to, but they go up to some like really big sizes, which is amazing if you're like me and you really struggle, especially finding calf knee-high boots. I've struggled so much. Even actually lower boots can sometimes be a struggle when they come up like a little bit up to your calf and they're just a little bit too tight and you get that bulge. It's so unflattering. So if you're like me and you're a girl with big calves and you've always struggled finding winter boots, definitely check out YSL Boots. I'll link them down below. They have such a gorgeous collection of flats, heels, small boots, knee-high boots, over-the-knee boots. I'll link them down below because you're going to want to check out this brand. They are just amazing. And on to the last purchase of 2021. I feel like if you follow along with all the vlogs and if you know what I've been buying this year already, you have just been waiting for this to pop up in this video, and that is my YSL Cassandra. I am so obsessed with her. I got this from Forward, which is a brand that have really gorgeous designers on there. I definitely recommend checking them out. I'll link to Forward down below because they have such an amazing collection of brands, of bags, of shoes, of everything like that. They're like another kind of like luxury department online store, which I really love about them. I always love checking them out for what bags they got. And I'm so in love with my baby. She is so gorgeous and the newest addition into my handbag collection, and I'm in love with her. I think, again, she's a very good like first bag to add into your collection. One thing I will say though is she's definitely more of an evening bag for me. Unless you're the kind of person that you don't carry a lot of crap with you, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I like to have a lot of stuff with me, but the only thing that really fits in here for me is a phone, wallet, headphones, keys, and hand sanitizer. That's about all I can kind of just about fit in this. My camera had to squeeze, a real squeeze, but saying that, she has such a gorgeous bag. Like, you can wear her crossbody, you can wear her top handle, and I just love the fact that it's a very like grainy leather, so it's not going to scratch, it's not going to mark, it's not going to be easily ruined, which I really like. It's got feet at the bottom as well, which means that it's going to be protected when you put it down, and it's just so gorgeous. I actually love the opening. I feel like some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. Basically, you use this L to pop open the Y, and that's how you open the bag. And I won't lie, it can get a little bit fiddly when you've maybe got your hands full, you're wanting to reach for your purse. However, I really like it for a security reason and a safety reason. I feel like it's not easy to open this bag. It's not easy for someone to stick their hands in, and it's going to be on my person. And even though sometimes I might have to fiddle around a little bit with the L's and the Y's to try and get it open, I'd much rather have that than something that pops open by itself all the time. So it's definitely one that I would recommend investing in if you're looking for a new handbag purchase. I really want to get the white version of this, but I don't know if I can justify two of the exact same bag in different colors. But the white is also gorgeous. Oh, and the tan, I feel like that's such a gorgeous like spring summer bag. Oh, I love the YSL Cassandra. I think this year has definitely taught me that YSL is a brand that I just adore, and I love it in terms of like the price point as well. It's definitely more of like a mid price point in terms of designer bags, but I feel like they have such high quality bags. They're really timeless. They last forever. I've had my other YSL college bag for about 5 years now, and I still wear it to this day, and it still does me really well. So I definitely think YSL is a brand that is totally worth investing in, and this was a definite best purchase of 2021. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of items to go through, but as I said, I'm actually kind of proud of how small the worst list was, and I feel like a few of them as well, like with the LOEWE, it's on the worst list, but I'm expecting it to get out of that list, and I'm expecting to get a lot of cost per wear out of it this spring and summer. So I do sometimes find that even if maybe you invest in something and after 6 months you've not worn it, don't rush too quickly to get rid of it, because maybe it's just a more seasonal bag, maybe it's the kind of thing that you're going to get a lot of wear out in particular seasons. So don't worry too much if you've got something in your collection that you've maybe not got as much wear out of just yet. I'd say just keep it in your collection a little while longer, see how you can style it up a little bit, see if you can get that cost per wear down, and if you can feature it with a few more different outfits. And if not, then it is definitely something to consider maybe moving on from. I am going to leave this video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said, vlogs are going to be starting from next week, so if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so that you don't miss a single video. Videos will be going up Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays at 5 p.m. So I hope you're ready for all of the content that is to come this January, and I hope you've been enjoying the sit down videos this week. I've been really loving them, so I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye guys.